Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today, let's talk The Walking Dead Comic Series 5 action figures. Alright guys, so at Toy Fair, somebody snuck a camera in and got a couple pictures of an unfinished versions of the comic characters we're going to be getting. Now I say unfinished because it has been confirmed that those aren't actually like the finished products. They will look, extremely similar to that, you know what I mean? But they weren't like finished. So essentially some of it might be painting. Like I know on Lydia's outfit it looked kind of plain, so they could, I don't know, that particular product, that particular figure could be missing some of the paint detail, or they could have touched up the sculpt on Negan, or they could be adding an additional head, which I'm hoping they do. This is a really awesome line, and not only is it awesome because this is the line that as soon as issue 144 dropped, I was like, you need to make figures that come with a head and pole. I don't know how many of you remember me saying that back in the video way back when, but they're actually doing it. And that's one thing as a fan, when you're like, man, I wish they would make this. And then they make that, you just feel like, it's like, yes! Not only that, I see a lot of fans happy because they're going to be doing Shane. But anyway, I'll show you the figures right now. Keep in mind, they are not official, and then these other ones are, you'll see, they're basically like pictures. They're not images of the actual figures. They're like the pre-order pictures. Anyhow, well, what I was going to say about Negan is I'm kind of hoping he comes with his, haircut head. So that way you can have the Negan from cover 141, is it? Where the cell door is open. Now, speaking of Negan, we're going to start with him. It comes with Negan, and you get a head on a pole. And I actually don't even have it in front of me, so I do not know the heads on the poles off the top of my head. I do know that Ezekiel's one, Oscar's one, Rosita is one, but I don't remember who goes with what, except for Ezekiel goes with Lydia. But real quick, we got Negan. He comes with a shit bucket. He comes with Lucille. And again, I'm hoping they sneak in there a head with a haircut on it, because that would be absolutely awesome. So Negan, if you missed him in the first release, which was a very iconic look, obviously you're still going to want to hunt him down, but if you don't have the money for him yet, you can go ahead and substitute it with this release. That would be still pretty cool. And then after Negan, we have Shane. A lot of fans are happy about this, and I'm thrilled because not only do they have normal Shane, but they have an alternate head, and you can make a zombie Shane. Now, this kind of makes up for no zombies being in the line. However, I feel like, and as a huge zombie fan, I feel like that's okay with this specific line because we have a zombie Shane in here, and also all the heads on poles. Those are essentially zombie heads, So Shane comes with a shotgun, I would imagine, because that was iconic for that character in the comic book, especially his end. After Shane, we're getting a Glenn. Now, this is awesome. We got Glenn with an axe. I'll move over because hopefully I'm putting the pictures up here. Glenn with an axe. We have a pole with a head on it, and also a censored Glenn alternate head, which I'm assuming the censored head is going to be the smashed in issue 100 head. This I'm very excited about. And the reason why I really like this line here, and I would like to get a case shipment in, is because you can have Shane in the regular and then Shane in the zombified, depending on how you want to display them. And then with Glenn, you can have Glenn with the regular and then Glenn with the censored head. And also Negan from the original release. You can only imagine there's going to be pictures of this floating around the internet, which is going to be pretty cool, especially for fans who like doing those diorama setups. Okay, so we did Shane, Negan, Glenn. Very excited so far. I love this. I love these. And the comic series is staying in the 5-inch. And yes, I have my video coming about discussing the canceling of the TV line. Anyway, next up and finally, I believe we have Lydia. Not I believe that's it. I think they're only making the 5. They could sneak another one in there, but I doubt it. Because there's a lot going on here with this set. Anyway, this Lydia, again, has Ezekiel's head on a pole. I think this is one of the coolest heads on the poles here. And Ezekiel, or Lydia, also comes with her alternate head, which is awesome to have Alpha there from the Skybound exclusive. If you do not know, you want to get her mother, Alpha, go to shop.thewalkingdead.com, and that is where you can get the exclusive Skybound figures. They're not sold in retail stores. Some stores have them online, but the cheapest way is just go right to Skybound. I see people buying them for like $40 on eBay, and it's like, why? Skybound sells them for $25. You know, I don't get it. Anyway, so Lydia here is a welcome addition. We just need a current Carl now, and we'd be set. Now, they just released Carl in the previous wave, so I don't think we'd get a current Carl. And keep in mind, they still did not reveal any new exclusives, so it's likely we might be getting an exclusive Carl. It's possible we'll get an exclusive Carl that's in New Beginning. It's also possible we could get a New Beginning, or Michonne, a Rick, a Maggie, finally a Maggie. And this is all cool, and don't forget, Kirkman did say we are going to be getting a few newer characters, which we got the Negan, which is newer, Glenn is older, Shane is older, Lydia's newer, so, you know, likely we might be getting, because it's a tie right now, 2 new, 2 old. That's actually a nice balance. And the Skybound exclusive, you know what, screw it, I'm hoping for a Carl, a current Carl, alternate head with eye patch or something. I don't know, what did he have, the glasses, whatever. Wasn't a big fan of the glasses, that look, but I want the current Carl with the whole, nothing covering his face, you know. Anyhow, this is really awesome. The figures are staying in the 5-inch line, and we need that for the comic. For some reason, the TV show, I was always, I'm going to get into this in the discussion video, but I was always well aware we weren't going to get every single character, and that was the moment that really clicked with me, and I was like, yeah, I'm kind of, I'm not as riled up as a lot of these fans are about the TV show, but something about the comic line, like if they took the comic line and they were like, okay, we're going to 7-inch, I don't know, it feels more connected, the comic line does. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys out there, because you have the TV show, you know what I mean, and the characters are connected too, but for some reason the comic line just feels more connected. And I think that is because the TV show has like this mass popularity, so they're like, okay, here's your popular figures, here's different outfits for the, you know, it's like commercialized, so it's like just scattered all over the place. With the comic, I feel like one day we can have a serious potential to get the majority of characters in figure form throughout the comic book. And I think that's really awesome. And again, for me, is I love displaying them. And for me, it's like you hang a picture on the wall because you like looking at it. You know, it's a pretty picture. For me, statues and the figures, even props and movie memorabilia, that's my, you know, 3D picture hanging on the wall. It's the best way to describe it. So having all the comic book characters come to life or brought to life in this figure form, all uniform, all 5-inch, all together, friggin' amazing. And another thing, I think with the comic figures, 99% of them look amazing. I love them. I absolutely love the looks of them. Now in series 1 and 2, I'll admit they butchered Michonne. I think she's probably my only gripe in the first Skybound exclusive figure. I think her face looks nothing like Michonne. With the all-out war Michonne they recently did for the comic series, for the exclusives, I think she looks great. Great. With the TV though, there's so much more detail, and it's so hard, I feel, to get the paint apps just right to where it looks a lot like the character. Now, some of these you can look at them and you're like, oh yeah, that's definitely, you know, Eugene, Abraham. But like Carol, Maggie, Andrea, for some reason the women, it's just shoddy. And I blame that on the size, you know, and the mass production, the value of them. They're $15 figures. Well, you can't ask for Hot Toys quality, logically. And I'm more comfortable that we can get better looking figures in 7-inch scale. But I don't have that with the comic, because I feel like I almost have zero complaints with the comic figures because they look really good. And I think that's because there's less detail in it. I could be way off there. If you agree, disagree, let me know down in that comment box. Let me know which figure you like the most out of this set. And tell me, are you an inbox collector? Are you an open collector? Me personally, I am a inbox collector first and open and display collector second. I think the perfect balance is to do both if you have the funds. I think that's the perfect blend. But tell me, what do you prefer? And I just thought about this now. Do you think they'll be changing the packaging on this, even though they're keeping them 5-inch? Do you think they'll go with more of the box style, kind of like the collector's edition for the 7-inch line coming for Mcfarlane toys? I'll be honest, if they change the box, I'm not going to care. I think the packaging they got now for the TV and the comic throughout this 5-inch run, they damage very easily. Getting a square box, a lot less likely to get creased. Yeah, you're going to get the corners banged up, but come on. They're fucking toys on a shelf. What do you expect? Thoughts and opinions about these in that comment box and everything else we discussed. Run wild with those. And again, my video is coming for the cancellation of the TV 5-inch line. So until then, give me your thoughts and opinions about that decision down in that comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn. Also, when Skybound has official images of these characters, I'm going to revisit this video with a quick news announcement. I promise I won't talk as much. Alright, I'm out of here. Subscribe now.